Well, Southeast Texas, listen up. There is an election coming up on Tuesday. Texans will be voting on a series of statewide propositions involving everything from rodeo raffles to taxes. Prop 3 would ban the state from prohibiting or limiting religious services, including those in churches and other places of worship. Prop 7 and 8 both deal with taxes. 7 would give property tax exemptions for bereaved families, and 8 would offer certain property tax exemptions for military families. And in addition to the state props, there are local and school elections happening.
And all of these issues affect us here in Southeast Texas. We want to go to 12 News reporter Dominique Lay. She's with us live to break down what else is on the ballot for us.
Jordan, Dej, voter turnout for these odd-year elections are generally low, and that just means that your vote is even more important.
8 statewide propositions, along with the joint elections, are on the November 2nd ballot. Prop 3 is getting a lot of attention. It would ban the state from prohibiting or limiting religious services.
If a local authority is shutting down businesses and other gathering places for safety reasons, they would not be able to treat churches or houses of worship in the same way they do other places of public accommodation.
That's a nod back to what happened in the early days of the pandemic. Political science professor James Nelson explained the restriction.
The state would be saying that we don't allow local authorities to say you cannot have religious services, that those will continue regardless. And whether they continue will be left to the houses of worship.
But it's not necessarily the state propositions that has Southeast Texas voters coming out. Political analyst Tom Tassinger says it's really the local issues people are interested in, like this one. The Groves and Port Neches firefighters are trying to unionize.
The firefighter proposals in Groves and Port Neches, that would be a big change for their communities. Again, larger cities, the police and firefighters have been unionized for years, and they bargain collectively with their cities.
The collective bargaining would cost the city more money. So will it pass? Nelson says some voters tend to be sympathetic with these concerns.
Especially when you're talking about first responders whose jobs can be dangerous at times. Some voters, even if it means service may cost a little more, are okay with unions in that respect.
Tassinger tells me that those smaller city elections are generally determined by 5 to 20 votes. So election day is November 2nd, and local polling locations can be found on our website. In Beaumont, Dominique Lay, 12 News.